Awesome. So thumbs up if that went well. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, we will be sending out the committee form again during the for the recap email. So if you didn't connect with the committee and still want to be a part of one, we'll hook you up with your committee leaders. So we're going to just move right into our next activity. So Matthew, go ahead and, or Vijay, actually go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so I think we've talked about this a bit. Grassroots onsite work is our GROW internship. Essentially, we send 5 students, the GROW coordinator, which is me this year, and 4 GROW interns to our partner NASOP. And actually, Sunny, stop laughing. We spent about 6 weeks working in collaboration with SAW over the summer. So we're opening up the selection process in about 2 or 3 weeks. And we're hoping to have the whole process, like applications and selection, done by mid-November. This year is a bit different because last year, obviously, we're in a pandemic right now. So we did plan for a physical trip this past summer, but we made the best of it and formed a virtual internship that I think came out really nicely. We did a lot of cool stuff, and we maintained our communication with our partner, SAW. This coming summer, we're not really sure what it's going to look like, whether it'll be virtual again or in person. So we're playing with a lot of different ideas right now because, you know, it's really early on still. We have a lot of flexibility with what we can do. And for that, we want your feedback. We want your ideas. We want anything you can think of to help us, you know, communicate with our partner and achieve all our goals still, you know. So one of our options is a hybrid team where we have some virtual GROW interns and some who may be able to go in person should that be available to us next year. So yeah, we have a feedback form and I'll drop the link into the chat. And actually I'll put it into the GroupMe so you guys can see it later. And it explains all this again, but it has a few questions just to kind of like get your feedback as to who should be eligible for the application process and what will be looked for in the application process. And like for new members, I know that can be a little bit overwhelming, but we really just want to hear anyone's thoughts. You don't have to be an expert on this stuff to have an opinion. So yeah, thank you. If you have any questions, Dean, Sunny, you're seeing things. If you have any questions though, ask me or Matthew. We'll be happy to get back to you guys. There's no Bean, what? Let's just keep going.
All right, excuse my spasmic flipping of the slides, but hello everyone, my name is Matthew. I am the Partnerships Director and I'm really excited to get started with our mock CHOP workshop. So if you're new here or if you just want a refresher, CHOP, or the Community Health Outreach Program, is the project that we and SAW, our partner organization, work together to realize. And we want to share what the CHOP experience would look like with you tonight. And just to give a kind of a recap of what CHOP is, SAW trains peer educators within communities of Burmese migrant workers living in Thailand. And every month or so, they will host a workshop where attendees from that community come and meet in a central location. In the picture here, this is a migrant learning center that has been converted into a workshop space for that Saturday. And workshop attendees are paid for coming to the workshop because they might be missing a day's labor of wages. They're fed there as well. And then they're listen and discuss with those trained peer educators about health issues ranging from reproductive health to communicable diseases to other wellness or hygiene practices that they can employ. So it really is an important health education program, and it's community-based, and these peer educators are living there in the communities. So one thing that we wanted to do is describe and model that peer-led effort, and so you'll see later today what I mean by that. Going on to our next slide, I want to hold a pre-assessment. So at any of these CHOP workshops, the participants are given a pre-test and a post-test. There's like 20 questions about ranging across the various topics they might cover during that day. So I've selected 3 of them, and I'll show them on the next slide. But please type your answers in chat as soon as they pop up, and we'll see how the chapter is feeling and how knowledgeable they are about these different things. Ready? Our first question is, true or false, dengue fever is spread when someone coughs or sneezes? So again, make sure to type your answer in chat, true or false. See 2 falses, a lot of falses. Okay, everybody knows how dengue fever is spread, and I myself did not know this before making this presentation. I learned that it's spread by mosquitoes, so that's the answer there. Okay, our next question, true or false? Flies carrying germs from dirty materials such as stools, garbage bins, and soiled food into our food and drinks, which can cause diarrheal diseases. True, true, true. All right. Everybody aces that question. For our final question, true or false? You can get rid of mosquitoes around the home by opening doors and windows to get sunlight and ventilation into your home. False, true, true, false, true. This one's kind of a mixed bag on what we're thinking on this one. Maria is very emphatic and says this is a true statement. Me personally, I didn't think so. And Anish brings up a good point. Depends on the type of mosquito, right? Like there are mosquitoes that are active at nighttime. There are mosquitoes that are active at daytime. So we'll trust Maria on this one if she says if she remembers it from last year.
We did this last year, and I remember everyone was shook because you'd think that if you open your windows, you know, it would attract them all. But I think the biggest thing was something to do with like the dampening and having still water like in your home to breathe. So if you open it and allow sunlight in, then it's not a damp area, and mosquitoes no longer breed their babies.
Okay, good. We're learning a lot today, and we have a lot more to learn. Because remember, this is a mock CHOP workshop, and so that's what our next activity is going to be. So for this next activity, we're going to be broken up into breakout rooms, and we'll have 2 virtual stations. So you'll follow the instructions in a Google document. Shaylin just dropped the link to a folder, so keep that link handy, and when you are assigned to a breakout room, pay attention to the number of that breakout room and open the document that corresponds to that room. There's instructions there for station 1, just introduce yourself, talk about what you know about SAW. Then you'll receive a message from us to move on to station 2. At that point, your room will have to research and make a handout, a presentation about one of these health challenges that are listed here. So you'll see which one it is when you get into your breakout room, but you all will become the experts, become the peer educators, and you'll see what you do with that knowledge afterwards. Does anybody have any questions before we jump into these breakout rooms? Seeing none, I wanted to make a quick note that if you're trying to draw something on Google Docs, my suggestion is to go to Insert, Drawing, and select New, and that pulls up a menu where you can add all sorts of